But he did well. He's done well.
Kieran here says a performance to be proud of. We're getting better and better, as I said we would. Let's keep pushing. Hope to speak soon. Yeah, welcome on the show anytime. What did you make of today, Don? Your boy's putting in another stellar performance.
Bro, I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy with that performance, Terry. But for me, like I've said at the minute, I'm not surprised that we're performing like this at the minute because, like I've been saying to you all season, Terry, if you set the team up correctly, as much as these men are not Chelsea level, most of them, like you've all said, as much as they're not world class, like what me and Andrew have grown up on, they are still decent enough players to do something. And that's what I've been saying all season. And at the minute, we're seeing it. You know, this is what we were doing in pre-season with Cucurella inverting and helping that midfield. The attack just looks a lot better. You know, Gallagher pressing from the front a lot more now because he's got Cucurella sweeping up, helping with any second balls that are coming in. It helps, bro. It helps. West Ham, they were struggling to get out of that press. Aston Villa, they were struggling to get out of the press as well when we played them the other weeks. It's not a fluke. You know, people were saying, "Oh, West Ham, they've checked out. They're on the beach." I'm sorry. Chelsea have capitulated a lot against teams that are on the beach or teams that are not at it. You know, today we had our hands on their neck. Yeah, and we didn't want to take it off. You know, in that first few minutes, we kept breaking down our attacks, to be fair. Like Palmer was getting on the ball. He was breaking down the attacks here and there, but they kept going, bro. That's the main thing, Terry. We kept going and making sure that we're applying that pressure. And that's what I've been asking for with these guys. Because what happens is when you get that first, when you get that second, you build confidence across the whole team. Everyone starts to play better. From back to front, I'm looking at Badia Shield today. This is the Badia Shield that I was seeing last season. You know, I know it's been poor this year, but when I've been watching him, Terry, it's like I'm watching a different person. It's similar to Enzo, bro. Like, I'm looking at Enzo this season. I'm like, yo, I wasn't seeing this from Enzo last season. But Badia Shield today, playing it into the midfield, bro, yeah? What I like about him is when he sees that pass, he just does it, you know, and he does it with a lot of intent as well. He wraps his foot around it and it goes straight to the person that he wants to play it to. Silva doing what Silva does as always, to getting rid of any trouble that was coming in. Cucurella, even when he was at left back, he was good in his duels. And like I said, going into the midfield, very good, very tenacious. If you want to talk about tenacious player, Cucurella is one of them. Do you know what I mean? Caicedo, when he was getting on the ball, he was good at just running through guys. He had the most take-ons in the whole game, 4 out of 4 completed today as well. And that was clear from what I was seeing because he kept running through the midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why for me, long-term, I keep saying he's going to be box-to-box for us because I think that's going to be his best position, playing as an 8. You know, Chalobah, right back as well. Very good. Very good. And that pass for the 4th goal, bro. Yo, man played it all the way from the back straight to Madueke. And the Madueke end product that you've been asking for, Terry, he calmed himself down there and then just popped it off. And then if you want to talk about the attack, you know, Palmer in that 10, getting involved in the game a lot more. The past 2 games, I've been criticizing him because he hasn't really looked at it. You know, I know he's been ill recently. Maybe it was that he still wasn't 100%. But today, I was seeing the Palmer that I've been seeing majority of the season where he's getting involved in the game and everyone around him is shining as well because we've been set up correctly. You know, Madueke, this guy, bro, like, this guy's only going to get better, man. And I just hope that he keeps improving his end product. I know Mo's asking questions about, is this going to be the guy? Bro, it's unfair to for you to
mentality because he's young.
It's unfair. It's unfair for you. I hear that. It's unfair for you to be asking those questions because he's got a long way to go. He's got a lot to do. He's a young player. But for what we're seeing right now, he's doing a good job, bro. Yeah, and it's the first time he started like 7 games consecutively since he's been at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? So Mudryk on the other side, I thought he was decent. One thing that annoys me about our left-hand side, it's a little bit lopsided. I don't see Mudryk touching the touchline the way Madueke does. I don't know if it's a coaching thing, but I don't really see Mudryk running in behind the way I did last season. So I'm hoping that we start to play him a little bit more in behind because he needs to use his pace.
Do you not think he's being asked to do a bit more, look more defensively with Cucurella cutting in?
It could be that. It could be that as well. Yeah, it could be that as well because he got found in behind. Palmer played it to him in behind when he missed. Yeah, to be fair, he should have gone to Jackson there or just like put it top bins there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And then Jackson, another 2 goals today, bro. That's 13 for the season in his first season, and we got this guy for what, 35 million euros. You know, I know he's a bad finisher. And Terry, if this guy was serious, yeah, honestly, he'll be going bar for bar with Haaland for the goals because he's missed over 25 big chances. Over 25, bro. Some of the chances he's missed this season are just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So if he was serious, he would actually have a lot more goals than what he does. But he's got 13 in his first season, which is good. So I just hope that we finish off the season well, man, because right now we're 7th. We've gone above you guys. You know, we've got 10 more goals than you. How we're playing right now, I don't see us leaking goals the way we were because we've got a little bit more defensive stability from back to front. And I don't see you guys scoring that many goals. You've got some tough games coming up. You've got Palace tomorrow.
Right.
I think from this point you'll finish ahead of Man United. You've also got to look at performances. You're in form, and we have been absolutely awful. So it's just it is what it is.
Terry, can I just praise? I know they didn't do a lot. Can I just praise Ham and Kudus today? If he leaves West Ham and someone gets him, that is a serious player to add to a squad. I thought, okay, he didn't get much of the ball, but when he did, he looked impressive today. He was their, whatever you say, I know West Ham didn't do a lot, but he was their best player by far. I mean, Paquetá didn't do anything. I know Bowen hit the bar like twice, something like that, but if someone pays the money for Kudus, that is a serious player.
Yeah, you are right. He looks great. He can beat a man. He creates opportunities, and he's doing it in a team that doesn't really.
They're on the beach. They're on the beach.
Yeah,
you know who's tapped out, Terry, yeah? You know who's tapped out? Paquetá. That guy wants to go see.
Yeah. I was watching him. I think he lost a bet. Something was going on. It weren't looking right. Comment here from Blaze is, Terry, do you think Hassan was waffling when he said this squad doesn't get a combined 11 with Wolves? Some players know, but there's a lot of talent in this Chelsea team. That's why it was laughable that they sat in 12th and 13th earlier on in the season, because they are better than those positions 110%. What people need to understand, he's forced to play with a hernia, Enzo. No player will perform at any club. It doesn't matter. He wouldn't play if Lavia ain't injured, so Enzo had to play, unfortunately. Look, the hernia could play a part in it. What I would challenge you on that and say is this. I was listening to Tom Aspinall speak. He's a UFC fighter, and obviously he spends a lot of time talking to other athletes, other fighters. Most athletes play with injuries and problems, like hernias. Some of them play with like tears in ligaments and cartilages, and they just kind of manage it because they can't afford to take the time out, or they don't want to take the time out. So I don't think the hernia is a big enough excuse personally, but we'll see when he returns. Andrew was riding Enzo all last season, talking about building around him. Now he is not being emotionally attached. What a flip-flop.
No, I said no. Well, thank you for your super chat, first of all. I wasn't, like I said, I'm not attached to most of these players, so I'm not going to die on the hill if we sell one of them because I haven't done anything for my club. I saw Enzo as a good player for Benfica and for Argentina and for parts of last season. I've been on this channel loads of time. I've criticised Enzo. I've not said he's world class ever.
Same.
Ever. I've not said he's criticised ever. So you can think what you want. You probably you don't use active listening, obviously. So
what it is, Terry, I said this to you on the squad the other day. Yeah. Yes, at the minute the team is more balanced, but for me the biggest change is adding Cucurella in there and allowing Gallagher to press up, because without Cucurella, Gallagher has to consistently stay in that pivot. And what happens is he's not used to playing in the pivot, so he runs off and then he leaves Caicedo by himself. So then all of a sudden you're seeing us getting run through, and that's why we've been leaking in.
No, I agree, and that's why I think. But
Enzo would bring a different dynamic. Obviously, like I said to you, bro, he's not going to press like Gallagher because Gallagher's just got 4 lungs. Yeah, no one can press like that guy. But on the ball, he offers you a different dynamic, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Completely different dynamic.
I agree. Paul here says if Spurs beat Liverpool, of course, Brighton did them a massive favour today. And then beat Burnley, and then Liverpool beat Villa, then Spurs play City needing at least a point. And this is it. Like if Arsenal fans should be praying Spurs win today, because it keeps their top 4 hopes alive. And you need them playing. If Spurs go into that game against City with nothing to play for, they ain't getting diddly squat. If they need a point for Champions League, they could turn up.
Let me just dispel that. If you're relying on Spurs to do anything, that's your problem right there. Okay.
No, I understand that. This is Mo. Stop. You say Chelsea are sensitive about Enzo, and you think they should sell. But with Nuni, you say, will Chelsea be patient? Whole team is young and need to be given another chance next year.
I can answer that very quickly. Enzo is 110 and Madueke is a youngster. So Madueke need to be patient. The problem with Enzo, there's an investment there. You need to get something back from your investment. So you cannot just wait for Enzo, because he is someone like Marcus Rashford. You cannot keep Enzo and put him on the bench. If Enzo stays, he has to play.
Yeah, I'll get you.
Right.
Chelsea fan here. Mo is spot on about Enzo. Also, when Lavia is back, he would suit this system more. And that'll be the interesting one to see. Maybe it's Caicedo goes more into the Gallagher role and then and vice versa and does that.